based on your unique experience and your background, I mean, one of the political things that we saw, and we saw it on display, particularly in Texas, but it happened elsewhere as well. We saw some Latino voters choose Donald Trump over Joe Biden in the election in a way that surprised some observers. And there has been some conversation since about why that would be, considering things like the child separation policy and everything we saw from the Trump administration at the border. How do you explain that to people? And what do you pick up in your own community that can help us understand why that happened?
Well, the Latino voting base is not monolithic. It's very diverse. It has different ideas about different issues. But I think for the most part, they are good people with a big heart that want to help out immigrants, that don't want to see a mother lose their child from their arms and being taken 3,000 miles away, that don't want to see a little girl drown in the River Grande, that don't want to see young men being recruited by gangs, and then they have to flee at the age of 15 and 13. I saw a little boy there in Carrizo Springs that told me his parents were in New York. I want to help him. I want to make sure they connect with him as quickly as possible. Who knows why he fled his name? Nobody likes to leave their own country. They leave because of unprecedented and serious matters that are impacting them. And we are a country that has a tradition to harbor those that are weak and those that are being persecuted and those that are fleeing violence and death. And we shouldn't stop from being that type of country. We should be able to provide a better system that connects them with their parents and get to the root causes of this dynamic immediately, as soon as possible, and help out. Let's be the leader of the Western Hemisphere. Let's go to those countries and let's help them resolve some of those serious problems that are there that are forcing families to walk 3,000 miles in the middle of the desert and through mountains. Imagine a mom and her 3 kids doing that. Something must be so serious that forces them to do that.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.